everybody. My name is Kathy Conlon. I'm the owner and sole employee of Diamond Leash Pet Care. Let's see, this little guy up here is Riley. He's my dog, was my dog. He's my inspiration and my logo for my company. All right, there we go. I've just started my company back in just January. The reason I was born and raised in Los Angeles and was travel agent for 10 years before the industry imploded, and I went back to college and got my degree. And upon graduation, my parents asked me to help them move to Florida, which we did in 2001. And their health deteriorated at that point, and I became an elder caregiver for my parents and my aunt. And so for the last 20 plus years, I've been helping them. They all lived into their mid-90s. But upon that, I found that I needed a new path in life. And applying for jobs, after being out of the job market for over 20 years, it was a difficult task. I applied for over 50 jobs with 5 job interviews and 1 offer of a part-time job with no guarantee of hours. So my friend Mary Weaver, she encouraged me. She's been a business owner for 13 years, and she managed a flower shop for over 15 years prior to that. So she's well-versed in business ownership, and she knew that I would be able to start my own business and take pride in that. So we brainstormed and determined that since the previous 15 years, I had dog walked and pet sit for friends and neighbors on just a basis, just as they needed. And so we decided that dog walking and pet sitting business would be a good fit for me. So I started researching and found, especially on YouTube, there's many videos on how to set up and operate your pet sitting business. And Doug the dog guy has over 200 videos. He operates a dog walking and pet sitting business up in Jacksonville, and he has over 30 employees. And so he was my go-to person for this information. And his first piece of advice was to write a business plan, which is what I did. And then I came here to the incubator and talked to Freddie, pardon me, and then had a meeting with Dr. Phil Geist at SBDC. And I took the Ice House Mindset course with Freddie. And then I established my LLC, oh, pardon me. Too many things to do here at once. Yep, there we go. Oh, sorry. I think I'm on to the next one. There we go. I beg your pardon. I've established my LLC and my DBC, or my DBA, and the biggest shock in establishing your own business as opposed to working for Rover or things like that in the pet care industry is the massive amount of liability there is. So in getting pet sitters insurance, I'm carrying a $2 million liability insurance. And so it was very shocking. So, and I've been certified in pet first aid, and I did write a terms of service agreement, which, as you were talking about, get everything in writing. My terms of service agreement is 5 pages long, covering almost every liability you can think of. So, and I've written my own intake forms. I created my own website. I've never been on social media, so I had to create Instagram and Facebook accounts and a Google business profile, and did my branding. I made my flyers and business cards, and being a perfectionist, it has taken me 6 months, whereas I look back on all of this, and I think that I could probably now do all of this in 6 weeks. But it's probably wishful thinking. But But I am a perfectionist, unfortunately, but you know, as it says, perfectionism isn't profitable. So you have to get over that mindset, I think. So, oops, I'm sorry. I think at the end of this Q&A, you always ask the question, what can you as business owners do for me? And that's not a question as a new business owner. I don't really know what you offer, so maybe if during the question and answer, if you could let me know what the various aspects of you as established business owners can offer, then I can be more informed and let you know what you can offer me. I just wanted to let you know about this little guy, Lowell. He was a friend of mine's dog. He was a hospice dog over at the Humane Society, and he was a resident there for over 2 years. And my friend was she volunteers over there, and they took him home as a foster dog for hospice, where the Humane Society will pay for the bills and until the end of his days. And it wasn't until 2 months, they thought he had had a stroke. And 2 months later, at Karen and Lou's house, he was a perfectly fine dog, and he lived an additional 2 years. He was a lovely dog, and he loved his squeaky toys. And this is Daisy. She's a sheepadoodle, and she has a rule-the-world personality. She's a happy dog. So this is Moose. He's a gentle giant, stands on my shoulders. I gave him a towel for Christmas. He's my friend's dogs. Sorry? Oh, I beg your pardon. Thank you. And let's see, for marketing, okay. My ideal clients would be business professionals, retirees, families, pretty much anybody who has a dog. I just want people who spoil their pets and treasure them and want the best for them. And marketing is going to be my biggest, and networking is going to be my biggest hurdle, because of I'm very introverted, and small talk is difficult. And my marketing plans so far have been just setting out flyers for taking them to banks and insurance companies, medical offices, retirement communities, and vets and groomers. And Doug the dog guy, referring back to him, his networking philosophy is that there are so many dogs out there that there are not enough dog walkers and pet sitters. So you don't see the other people in this business as competition, that you try and think of them as your community, because you need to have the other support for other people in the business. And again, I said social media, I have no background in that. So so far I feel Instagram is good and Facebook is exceedingly confusing. Somebody needs to work on that thing. So my future is that I just want to grow my base, and through friends and marketing and word of mouth. And I'd like to be effective in all aspects of business as a solo entrepreneur right now, and provide reliable quality care and develop trust with my clients. And I want to stay solo right now, and then be able to scale with these additional aspects of the business at a later date, because those will require more people. But just knowing that there's right now $250 billion is being spent on pet care as of right now, and they expect that to double by 2030. And last thing is, I'm told this is important. So I just want to thank everybody, and if you have any questions or anything.